Hello everyone, it is Jayden and welcome to The Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in pop culture and sports. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button on the video, and if you enjoy my commentary and myself truly as always, be sure to tap that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya. It was a Sunday night game. I was looking very much forward to watching it because y'all know how, I've been covering JJ McCarthy, and I haven't been able to see Michael Penix a lot. So he's a player that I've been interested in wanting to see, and I want to see what he looked like up front and center. So I watched the game, and it easily was like the worst game of the weekend. This game was bad. Sunday night football, everybody knows how the slogan goes. I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. Darn it, they could have kept the game. It was bad. It was a horrible watch. There was many just parts where I just tuned out of this game. I really did. I was just chilling on my phone, on Twitter, just scrolling through Twitter, getting the reactions of the games for today and things of that nature. I was pretty much tuned out of this game. I think this game was just bad on all types of levels of bad. But we're going to get into it. Now, I remember when I made a video about JJ McCarthy going into the preseason, and I got a lot of hate for that video. But there were a lot of people that were down my throat about all the comments I made about JJ McCarthy. Granted, I try to make positive videos most of the time. I don't like to trash people 100%. But I got a lot of slack and a lot of flack for the comments I made about JJ McCarthy, about him not having an arm and things of that nature. And this will be an interesting post later on. Fellas, where y'all at? The JJ McCarthy people who were just down my throat for not saying that JJ McCarthy was the best thing since sliced bread. Where are you guys at right now? Nowhere to be found. For the 7 of 8, and I'm stealing this line from somebody else, but it's true. Out of the 8 quarters that JJ McCarthy has played, for 7 of them, he has looked like a backup quarterback. And that's putting it just somewhat positive. For 7 of the 8 quarters, JJ McCarthy has been unwatchable. And it was a game I didn't get to talk about, but the fourth quarter, he was phenomenal. 3 touchdown drives. Back to back to back. Put on a masterclass. I don't know what happened. I don't know how he was not able to translate the play that he was able to put on display against the Bears in the fourth quarter and translate it to Sunday night against the Falcons. But it didn't work. JJ wasn't bad. I'm sorry, JJ was bad. He wasn't protected by any stretch of the imagination. The O-line is not great, so it has caused him to look pretty frantic back there. When he gets the ball under center, he looks scared. Looks like the moment's too big for him. And the first 3 quarters he had last week was the full game. He was sacked. I want to say it was 6 times. And there was another big graphic as well. And I don't think I saved that one either. I have a bad problem with not saving stuff. But there was a pretty concerning graphic about JJ McCarthy. And I think I saw it on Instagram. But there was this stat that I think it said JJ McCarthy lost 3 fumbles on Sunday. And I might have wrote it down, and I didn't. But I think JJ McCarthy lost 3 fumbles. He fumbled the ball 3 times, but only lost 1. So that's where we're at right now with JJ McCarthy. He's just not good. I think he has the potential to be great because I trust Kevin O'Connell to get it done. But this Vikings team is ready to win now. The defense is phenomenal. The defense is really good. They are literally just a quarterback away. You have Justin Jefferson. The offense, when JJ McCarthy was good for that quarter, they looked good. I don't think they've been able to run the ball as well. They have some the center went out with a concussion. The tackle, their best tackle, obviously he's hurt with an injury right now. So they're not 100%. And that defense, the defense alone is Super Bowl caliber. It's ready. They're just a quarterback away. And the defense is good enough to keep them in games. The defense literally was the only reason why the Vikings were able to still be in this game, because Michael Penix, they could not finish drives. They were settling for field goals. But I think Kevin O'Connell could figure it out. I still think that J.J. McCarthy just needs reps. He's looked good in the preseason. He looked good in the preseason when he played last year. He looked okay this preseason. It's just he needs reps. And his injuries are concerning. And as I'm making this video, we all know the news that, J.J. McCarthy is hurt. He has a high ankle sprain. He's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks. This is another issue we have right now with J.J. McCarthy. He's not healthy. He's not staying on the field. He's missed 17 games. He's played 4. That's not a good stat to be in. He missed all of last year because he opted into just, he got rid of his meniscus for longevity reasons. Just go ahead and get into surgery. Your first year, you're not going to start. You knew Sam Darnold was going to get the position. Fine. So you get that season in surgery. Now this year, you finally get the job. And in 2 games, you're already getting hurt again. He's missed a lot of games, and he needs the reps. And you want him to get the reps earlier in the season and in the latter half of the season. So Carson Wentz is going to be their guy. But if Sam Darnold takes the Seahawks to the playoffs, if I'm a Vikings fan, I imagine they're not going to be happy. Because they put a lot of faith in J.J. McCarthy, 5th round pick. I was never this J.J. McCarthy guy. I think he throws a good ball. But when he was at Michigan, and I've said it, he was a game manager. They played elite defense, had a great run game. They had Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards. And J.J. McCarthy was pretty much a game manager. They were saying, J.J., just don't go out there and don't turn the ball over. The year they won a national championship, J.J. McCarthy did not do anything crazy. So I think it's showing in the NFL. I think if you establish a run game with J.J. McCarthy and you let him play action off of it, I think he can be very successful. But I don't think J.J. McCarthy is just going to be this drop back passer and just going to be able to dissect your defense like the Josh Allens and the Joe Burrows and the Patrick Mahomes do. That's not going to be his game. So J.J. McCarthy is a big incomplete right now so far. And, I just want to know all the haters that were giving me flack and crap for what I said about J.J. McCarthy in a recent video about a month and a half ago. I'd love to see you guys now, because what I said is becoming true. I think J.J. McCarthy is okay. I don't think he's going to end up being an elite talent in this league. I just don't. I think you can win playoff games with him. I don't know if you can win a Super Bowl with him. I think everything around J.J. McCarthy is going to be the sentiment that we've had about Dak Prescott. Everything around him's got to be great. He's not going to be a reason why you win the game. Now, if J.J. McCarthy does what he did at the end of the first game against the Bears, if he can do that for a full game, then I might be convinced. But that's waiting to be seen. But we just cannot continue to say wait to be seen, because he cannot get on the football field. J.J. McCarthy has to get healthy, and he has to get on the football field. This is not a good sign for this organization that J.J. McCarthy continues to be hurt all the time. So that's it. Now, moving away from the Vikings. And let's talk about some Atlanta Falcons. Now, I didn't get to watch them the first week. It was an early clock window game. I had a lot of other games I had to watch. They look pretty good. Literally, I got to give Atlanta credit. Michael Penix, he is somebody I was not fully sold on. He had a good year his last year with Kalen DeBoer at Washington, and in a national championship game, he did look good. And I was like, when you he was in the Pac-12, you finally, play somebody with good competition, and we saw what he looked like against Michigan. But to give Michael Penix some credit, he's looked really good. I just think their offense is literally just, and specifically on Sunday night against the Vikings defense, which the Vikings defense is top 5 in the NFL, in my opinion. They got to figure out how to finish drives in the red zone. Their offense stalled a lot on the Vikings part of the field on Sunday night. If they can do that, I think Michael Penix, he looks poised. He throws a good ball. And he could be a fringe top 7 quarterback in the NFC. I really do. I love Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson was just absolutely everywhere, flying across my screen on Sunday. It's just when you got those players like the Michael Parsons and everybody, Patrick Mahomes, they flash. They just pretty much flash on the screen for you. Bijan Robinson is one of those guys. Man, what I love to see him have a Cowboys jersey on. The man, he is a great running back. I mean, he was just phenomenal all night on Sunday. He was a great watch. I know if it was like the first play they had on offense last week where he took it to the crib off of a swing pass. Just Bijan Robinson is great talent. They have great pieces. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Darnell Mooney. I mean, they have some guys. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, competent O-line. I think they can pretty much contend in the NFC South. That's going to be a good race to follow in the NFC South with the Bucs and the Falcons. You know, they went to the wire in week 1, and we saw what the Bucs did last night against the Texans. So that's going to be interesting to watch. They're pretty much going to be neck and neck with each other for winning the NFC South. You know, one can argue they possibly both can get to the playoffs. But the defense for me is what was very telling for Atlanta. The way they were getting to J.J. McCarthy, you know, James Pierce Jr., that defensive line, Nolan Smith from Georgia, they were just flying everywhere. They had a 5th-round rookie cornerback to get 2 interceptions. Well, he got 1, but the other one got called back because he hit the ground. But anyways, they were locking down secondary-wise. A.J. Terrell got hurt, but he'll be back. They were an exciting watch. I'm impressed. You know, second year for their head coach. I forgot the guy's name, but anyways, it's his second year. You know, last year he was going through I think it's Raheem Morris is his name. Yeah, I think it's Raheem Morris. You know, this is going to be his full year. You know, first full year with Michael Penix under the helm for him, and I think it's going to work out dividends. I think Michael Penix is great. Well, I won't say he's great, but I think he's good. Out of the quarterback class right now, I think I'd probably have him number 2 right now. I think so far he's looked better than Drake May. He's looked better than Caleb Williams, and he's definitely looked better than J.J. McCarthy. Well, no. I put him 3 because Bo Nix is a little better. I think number 1 right now has been Jaden Daniels, then Bo Nix, and then I can put Michael Penix there. Then maybe Drake May, then Caleb Williams, and then J.J. McCarthy's last. So that would be my ranking right now for Michael Penix. I think Michael Penix has the ability to ascend just because I think for lefty, he throws a pretty ball. He's got pretty good arm strength for a left-handed quarterback as well. And I think he's got good pocket. He reads the pocket well, has good pocket presence, and he just throws a great football. So I think Atlanta looked pretty good. And if they were able to plug in some touchdowns instead of settling for field goals, this game could have been a lot uglier than what the original score was. Because at one point, it was a game, and they ended up pulling away. But let me get to the actual just score right fast. Cannot remember. I think the Vikings only scored 6 points. And yeah, the final score is 22-6. Those 22 points, because they kicked 5 field goals. If you turn some of those field goals into touchdowns, this game here would have been ugly by all facets. That 22 could have easily been almost 40 points. So that is that. But that's pretty much all I got to take away from that. J.J. McCarthy, all the haters that I got in my comments for my video about J.J. McCarthy, where are you guys at now? And Atlanta is going to be pretty good.